In this episode, I completely deck out the interior of my mega base with many useful farms, a large storage room, and a super smelter. That's right, in today's episode, we get to decking out the interior of our mega base with farms, a storage system, and many other cool things, starting with a sugarcane farm and a creeper farm because, well, they've actually already been built. Now, can you guess where these farms have been built? Well, you possibly can. They are in the tower. We have the creeper farm over in this one here and the sugarcane farm in this tower here. I have already built them because in the last episode I kept running out of rockets and I was sick of killing creepers, so I just went ahead and built it, but I didn't say anything about it. But it's done. We have a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm. I'll show you in free cam really quickly. This is the creeper farm. It just uses cats to scare the creepers off the edge. They fall down here and they die on the magma blocks, and then over this side it is just a basic piston sugarcane farm that has a fair few layers, does the job. It gets me all the sugarcane I will need, but we do need to add something fancy to it. Now, what am I talking about? Well, an auto crafter. I need to craft rockets automatically, which is going to be super cool. I don't exactly know where the storage for the rockets once they come out will be, but I need to auto craft them, so it doesn't matter where I do that. It'll probably just be under the ground, and then I will send them somewhere once I have somewhere for them to go. If we walk inside the base, we have a completed auto crafting rocket system that I AFK'd for an hour in an ideal spot to AFK, way up there, so that this is the rates if I am AFKing in the best spot possible. But if I'm just down here doing stuff, it won't be as good. But we did get nearly 9 stacks of rockets in just an hour of AFK up on that platform, which I think is really, really good, and I am never gonna run out of rockets ever again, which is absolutely amazing. One thing I do seem to run out of pretty quickly at the moment, iron. Now, I could start working on the interior, but I'm sure I'm gonna probably make hoppers for certain things and stuff like that, so I need an iron farm, and I think I'm going to pretty much just hide it underground because, well, that's kind of the easiest thing to do. So we are going to go ahead and dig a hole inside there and put an iron farm in it. Has been dug, and I have also built the actual farm itself, and it is going to be visible. I'm not going to block this off. There might be a bit of a glass wall or something like that, and I have the zombie inside and a carpet floor so iron golems cannot spawn down here. But I am going to quickly go ahead and get 6 villagers in here so the farm can start working. Then I can build a little bit of an item filter so that it can separate the poppies and the iron, and then we're going to auto craft into iron blocks. All 6 villagers are in. Now all I should need to do is break those stone blocks and it should start working. So let's jump up and break all of these, and the villagers should become scared and iron golems should start spawning just like that. That is absolutely perfect. Now it is time to connect this up to a water stream and do a little bit of redstone. I have an extremely full and crowded inventory, but the farm is, yes, it is working, and we have the redstone complete. So if you just follow me down this little hole down here, if I can come down here, we basically have a single item sorter to sort out the iron ingots, which then come down here to an automatic iron block crafter. As you can see, it works just like that. Bone meal, which is being made, goes with a little hopper line to another dropper, which then leads back up here. I'll show you where they're going. They will get moved, but for now they are ending up in a hopper here and a hopper here, basically just using a block item elevator. So once the iron block is crafted, it will pop its way up here and into the hopper. Same goes for the bone meal. Like I said, this will move once I actually have a location for their storage, but for now they're just going to be stored here just so I know where they are. So this is a little bit of the concept I have for the storage for the farms that I'm going to be building. So like iron could be this could be then rockets, and then maybe if I have a cobblestone farm, I don't exactly know. I think this is how I am going to do it, and have obviously it feed all into it, and then do the same the other side, and use the rest of the area for, I'm not sure, something else. But I think it could be cool if I turn the corner as well and have more storage going across here to probably about there, so we have another 3 lots of storage. I think this will look pretty good. It's not going to be stone, that is just a filler block for now, because, well, I don't know what block I'm using for the interior. So the plan is, one side is going to be for blocks, and the other is going to be for items like bone meal and, well, just any other items like rockets as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to this side, and the bone meal will, for example, go over the other side. It shouldn't be too difficult to do. And yeah, like oh goodness gracious me, that's not great. We can get rid of him. The detailing and design and everything, that will come after. I'm just going to get some of the infrastructure in first, and then we can do make it look better, basically. It is now all hooked up. Well, at least the iron blocks are. As you can see, I just uncrafted them so I could just test it, and you can see they are slowly feeding into this chest here. So we have a bunch of storage for iron blocks right here, and now I need to hook the bone meal up to the other side, along with the rockets as well. I can't forget about them. I've now hooked up the rockets to feed into this first chest, and then now we have to do the bone meal. This does actually, you know, it is a little bit time consuming, and I've still obviously got more farms to build, but, well, it needs to be done. They need to be hooked up to some sort of storage, and, well, this is what I'm doing. Everything is now good to go. It is time to build another farm, and the next farm I want to build is a cobblestone farm, because, well, I seem to run out of cobblestone because, well, I mainly use silk touch to mine. So it's time to build a basic cobblestone farm. It'll be stored in these chests here, and I am simply going to build it underground and have a lever probably behind there, or maybe, who knows, I'm not sure where it'll be, but a lever or a button to turn it on and off for when I actually need the cobblestone. That is the cobblestone farm built. It is a bit of a mess and quite tight in here, but that doesn't matter because, well, the on and off switch is not going to actually be down here. It's going to be, well, somewhere else, and I'm not going to need to come down here unless, for whatever reason, the machine breaks. But now I need to connect the off and on switch to somewhere up there, and also get the cobblestone moved up there as well. So behind the storage, we can see I have the cobblestone going into this one because that's just the one that I decided to put it in. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, it's going into a storage. And this is an on-off switch here. It doesn't need to be on that side because I'm not going to need to turn it on all that often. So I simply flick this down and push the button. And if we go quiet, we will hear TNT. And yeah, the cobblestone will shortly start flowing in up here, just like that. You can see the cobblestone start to flow in, and we can turn it off once again because we don't need it to run at the moment. But that is another farm fully complete with it connected up to our storage. So now that we have done a little bit of farm stuff and linked up the storages, I want to start working on a little bit of interior. I wasn't going to just yet, but I think it's time to do a little bit at least. And my idea for this layer is going to be a fair bit of cobble deep slate and deep slate block variants. That's sort of just the idea I have so far. So guess I'm just gonna see what I come up with and hope it looks good. Over an hour and a half has been spent on the interior so far, and I don't hate it. Now, you're probably questioning the cyan wool carpet. It is hiding torches, but why this color? And I kind of just want to add in this blue because, well, if we look in free cam, you'll remember the cyan is a decent part of my base, and I want to incorporate it inside here a little bit. So I'm going to do, I think, these little bits here out of cyan blocks. I don't exactly know what pattern or design. I need to grab the blocks for starters, which are all up here. So let's grab them, bring them in here, and I can get rid of all the flooring in here because, well, it needs to be replaced. So I've put this down as an idea, and I actually can I speak English? I think I like how this looks because it sort of copies what's going on up here a little bit, and I feel like it actually works. It seems to somewhat make sense in a way. I don't know, but there are going to be little things here, I don't know what, which will take a little bit away from how blue it is, but I'm going to do that for the rest of them. I think this will look good. I am actually quite happy with how this looks. It was quite dark in here, and this just brightens it up a little bit. I really like it. I am now going to quickly detail these. Not sure how or what with, but I will hopefully figure that out pretty quickly. That is these little bits here done, and I actually really like it with the new tough blocks. Now I just need to finish off the rest of this area, and then this first layer will pretty much be done. Not quite, but very close to being fully detailed. I am now happy to say that this first layer's interior is fully complete, and you can see just a little gold and iron pile. No real reason, just felt like putting something there. These spaces are still empty, but I think I like just being a bit of open space. You can see what I've done here with the walls in here, and I did go to an ocean temple thingy just to get a few sea lanterns just to put in the wall here because I thought it looked good. Iron blocks because, well, it's an iron farm, and then we just got the deep slate tiles on the roof, just dark again, just like down here. I think this looks really cool, and from back here looking at it, it is quite a big area, but I really like it. There is a little bit more redstone stuff to go towards all the chests and storage, and obviously more farms to end up in the storage and that, but that'll get done later. We need to work on more interior and do more farms and stuff like that. So wood has been constantly an issue for me, and I'm consistently going back and chopping down trees. Now I don't want to make a tree farm just yet. I need wood more for chests and hoppers, and a good way to do that now is using bamboo. So it's time to build a bamboo farm that will auto craft sticks, planks, the bamboo logs, whatever they're called, and also it's going to auto craft chests for us because, well, we use a lot of chests, so it's going to be very, very handy. So I think we are once again going to build that underground. Farm itself fully built, just missing bamboo. The flying machine works, which is good. The unloader works, and the crafter, well, that should work. What we have are sticks, the bamboo logs, I think they're called, whatever you want to call them, planks, and chests for this last one. So this will craft chests. I do need to set all this up, but the crafters are finished, and I need bamboo. So bamboo. That hopefully should be enough. I do think that it will definitely be plenty. Bamboo is in, and yes, I did have to add a bunch more lighting to make sure that the majority of the bamboo will actually grow. So now pretty much all of it should grow. It all has, I believe, a high enough light level to grow, and well, let's hope it does. But we now need the hopper minecarts in, and also to connect the crafters up to our storage up in the base. I have a bunch of leftover bamboo, so I'm going to do a little test. I'm going to chuck this down in random spots, and some landed on the top of it, so some won't get picked up, but that's fine. I just want to test to see, just to make sure that the crafters and everything are working. So we do have hopper minecarts that have pulled up into their spots, and this one nope, that's fine. Okay, boom. Spit out a chest. Let's put a chest on the end. This one is crafting planks. This one is crafting the block of bamboo. And this one is crafting sticks. Exactly how I wanted. This is so perfect. Oh, this is going to be so handy. I'm so happy with this. This is going to be a game changer. That is for sure. Storage for the bamboo farm is set up. We have the bamboo blocks feeding into here, the bamboo planks into here, and the chests over here. And then this side is items, as I mentioned before. And the sticks are going into here. I don't know why I didn't do that one, but for some reason this is just the chest that they ended up in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for items and 2 more for the blocks, I guess, which is pretty handy. Other farms that I build aren't going to all be at the base, but these are sort of just farms that are quite useful, and you know, I need lots of sticks, lots of rockets. I mean, bone meal is just a byproduct of this farm, but also it is handy. And then obviously iron, and then you got wood, cobblestone, and chests. They are all extremely handy things to have quick access at my base. One thing I'm consistently running reasonably low on is food. Now, I don't want to go golden carrots, at least for the now. That's not a cat. You weren't meant to say that. For now, I don't want to be golden carrots. So what I've done is behind here, I've got a little secret door. We have an automatic chicken cooker. Now, the good thing about this is it's a completely automatic farm. I don't have to do anything at all in order to get cooked food. It is super handy. And through here, we have the storage for it. We don't have much currently, but over time that will build up and we will get heaps and heaps of food without having to do any work. So that is another, I guess, storage section sorted. And I mean, if we ever need feathers for anything, we're going to be absolutely sorted for that. I don't think I'm going to need them. They're probably going to get burnt because, well, I don't like feathers. It is time to build another farm once again, this one being again underground, and a pretty large one out of that, and that is a slime farm. There is a slime chunk right around my base, so we're going to obviously do it underground, and it will feed up into these chests here. Then we'll have just one more block space to fill, and then 3 items, which I will figure that out hopefully while I'm doing the slime farm, because, well, I do want to actually fill all these in this episode, but it's taking a long time. Also, I added a staircase. This goes up to the next layer. I think it looks pretty cool, so it curls around and goes up here. Not sure what's here. Storage will be the next layer, but that's enough talking. I need to shut up and get building a slime farm. Slime farm is now complete with a few little flaws that I do probably need to sort out because, well, that is a problem. Now it is there, it's going to die, but I need to fix this little ledge here that needs to actually go. Slime farm's done, and it's not the most efficient, but I don't need a massive amount of slime, so it won't hopefully be a problem. The slime is being auto-crafted and sent into this chest right here, and as you can see, we already have 26. I've AFK'd a little bit, but that will just keep building up over time, and eventually we will have plenty of slime, probably more than I will ever use. And as much as I would love to continue building farms, that is actually going to be the last farm for this episode because, well, this out here is beginning to become an issue. This is my ever-growing shulker monster and chest monster. It just keeps on growing and it isn't getting any smaller. Now, like I believe I mentioned, this layer here is where the storage is going, and I've already dug out the whole area. It's a big area. It is definitely probably bigger than I need it, but I thought, you know what, rather go bigger than too small. So I am going to set down a heap of chests roughly how I think I want it, and we will see. we'll see if I like it. I'm not sure. I have a small idea, or a little idea in my head. I'm just not sure if it'll work for me. I guess we'll soon find out. This is what we are currently working with. We have a bunch of chests. All these chiseled stone bricks, or whatever they're called, they will be replaced with whatever block or item frame for whatever item will be in the chest. And this dome sort of thing, that is going to be the roof going all the way down to the end. I know there is a lot of blank space, but I wanted there to be just plenty of space to build this whole thing and have it look really good. So I need to figure out a block palette and start placing some blocks for this interior. I don't think I'll timeless it because it'll be a lot of just trialing different blocks and seeing what I actually like, but I think this is going to be a fun build, and once it's done, it will be so good. It'll be so good to have a storage room. I know it's very long if I need something down there, but I can just fly down and grab it. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Well, at least I hope that's the case. And here is what we are currently working with. Yes, this is a very plain wall, but when we walk through, we have, you know, a bit of the jungly hanging leaves and the glowberries hanging down. Some of them still need to be stopped with, oh, whoops, that wasn't, oh goodness. Okay, anyway, that can stop there. But yeah, this, I'm liking it. There's a bit of light from hanging lanterns, light behind the chests. These blocks obviously will be replaced. I need to figure out what's going down here. I'm thinking maybe moss just to add a bit more green, or maybe, I don't know, coarse dirt or mud or something. Just another block. And then we need to detail this bit out here. But I think this is looking really cool, and in the roof we have bamboo blocks and moss as well. I think this looks really, really cool, and the back I'm going to put a bit of crafting area, so we'll have crafting tables, anvils, grindstones, all those things at the back here. I think this is turning out really good, and I've spent way too long on it, but it will be worth it once it is finished. Here is what we now have, and I really like it. I don't think I want to detail too much. I don't think I want it to be over the top. I like this little bit here, a bit of green. Now I need to do the painful task of getting one of every block. Now it's not necessarily every block in the game, but it is pretty close to it. I do have a big long list of all the different items that I want sorted. So this is going to be a long process, and I'm not going to record it because it will take me literally hours. I'm not sure if I want to admit how long this took me to go and get all of these different blocks, but it was a very long process, and I feel like it is possible that I missed things. Even though I had a big list to follow, I feel like I've missed some stuff, and if that's the case, then I will try and add them in. It may just not be in the right spot, but I need to go ahead and put all these in and then actually get rid of our chest monster and sort it all, which will again be another job that will take many hours. All of the locations and everything for my storage room are now set out. Now there are probably blocks missing, but I think I've pretty much covered everything. So we got woods, stones, dirt sort of blocks, ores, then whatever you want to call that, I guess, nature blocks, and then all this other stuff on this side. And I decided to do a little bit with some armor stands, and I think it looks really cool. I didn't do it with all this because I thought, well, I don't want to be spending hours upon hours putting armor stands down for all of these and adding so many entities, but I did it for the redstone because, well, I just thought it was cool. And we do have a bit of space here to add more things if we need. This will possibly be, you know, any random blocks or anything that I have missed. There is 10 spaces for that, and then on this side there is 8 spaces for anything else that I need storage for, so there should be plenty of extra room. But now it is time to go ahead and spend, my guess is probably 3 hours moving everything from down there and sorting it into the chests up here. I don't know how many hours. Everything is now sorted. That took a very long time, and I have a lot more stone than I thought I did, which is a good thing because then, well, we have stone for other project. And I did change this back because the armor stands were actually getting in the way, and there were chests I couldn't actually open. I've also made some more progress. If we come down here, this wasn't here before, a staircase down to this layer. It is nice and red. it is because this is where my portal is. It is in the, I guess, sort of the middle layer of the base. Is that a hole there? It is. Why is there a hole there? I have no idea. Then we can come all the way down to the bottom layer. So we have a staircase going from the bottom to the top, which I think is super cool. And also we can now access this layer here from up here as well as the bottom layer. There is only this area up here that has nothing in it so far, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I'm thinking towards doing a super smelter, but I am not quite sure if that's what I want to do yet. But that is the most likely thing that I will be doing, is just building a super smelter. So I've decided that yes, I do want to make this my super smelter room. It is going to be a very basic super smelter. It's not going to be anything fancy. If I want a better one, I will make a better one in the future, but I need to tidy this little bit up, put a floor in, which I'm going to keep with this sort of design because, well, it's already here and we'll continue it through here, and then we can change this back wall out for something different. I got carried away again. The super smelter is finished and the interior is also completely finished, and there is now a pathway down to the levels below as well. So this is what we have for the super smelter. I like the fact that we can walk in and it is a change, so we don't have any of these blocks showing once we get in here, which that was the goal. I wanted it to be a completely different room. Now it is a bit plain, and that's not meant to be there. I really like this design, and the shroom, that's a gap. That's not meant to be there. There's a gap on the other side. Oh my goodness, I've just got 2 gaps. Okay, I'll need to fix that. That is fine. All of the furnaces are full with coal. We had a bunch of coal, so everything is full. A bunch of hoppers are also full. Items go in here, we flick the lever, and the minecart will go around, fill it up, and then everything ends up in these chests here. Very simple. And then there is a path going down to the storage room just down here, which it is the same design going throughout, and we can head down, and now we are in the storage room. Now the cool thing about this is now we have a staircase going all the way from the bottom, and we can get all the way to the very top, which that is the goal I had at the very start. Once I sort of had the base layout, I wanted to be able to come in through here and have a way to get all the way to the top. So we have this nice little bit of a spiral, and then it continues to this spiral, and then obviously the next staircase, it's a lot further away, so it's easier to fly there, but then we can go up here as well, and then boom, we are in the very top layer, which I just think that is super cool. And I guess it saves a little bit of time, and also rockets flying in and out of these tunnel bit. But oh boy, have I made a lot of progress in this episode, and the interior of this base I think is super cool. So I haven't yet tested the super smelter to see how efficient it actually is. So it is time to grab 2 shulker boxes of stone and put one in either side of it, and just see how long it takes to smelt it, because, well, if it takes too long, then, well, it's not going to be too great, because I do plan on doing some big projects on this world, so we hope that it will be pretty quick to smelt up 2 shulker boxes worth. And I'm gonna just sit here for a while and set a timer and I guess see how long it takes to smelt 2 shulker boxes worth. It is all finished up. We have 2 boxes of smooth stone, and it took about 13 minutes, so not too bad at all. I'm not going to complain with that. It could definitely be faster and more efficient. I don't have to sit there flicking the switches all the time for the minecart to stock and fully refill, but that isn't too bad. And with all that, we are at the end of episode 2 here on the survival world. The interior of the mega base is, I think, fully complete, and we have loading chunks because I just spawned in. But yeah, I am super happy with the progress we made. It took me a couple of weeks to do all of this, but it was definitely worth it. This first room, our farm storage, and then the staircase going up to the second layer, which is of course our portal room. Not much to it. May add some stuff in between the episodes, or I may not, but at the moment it is a little bit plain, but I do like how it looks. And then the staircase coming up to the storage room, probably where I will spend most of my time, and that is why I had to make it look super cool, and I think it does look super good, and I'm super happy with it. It has, it has plenty of room for everything we need, and obviously we just store stuff in shulker boxes when we get too much to fit in just the chests. And then we have our little crafting station down here. I do have crafting tables hidden down here because I don't want to run down here every time I need to craft one thing. So there are crafting tables. There's meant to No, there's not meant to be one there. Never mind. And then we have the last staircase going up to the very top of the base, and that is obviously where our super smelter room is, the most recent thing we have built, and it is a very plain room, but I'm not going to be spending a lot of time in here, and I didn't fix the holes. I thought I fixed that. Apparently not. Now, yeah, I won't be spending much time in here in episodes. It's going to be more of a space just for me when I need to use it. But with that said, I hope you did enjoy today's episode. Last episode did extremely well, and I thank you all so much for that. It is at over 7,500 views, and I cannot thank you all enough. I was not expecting it to do that well, and if this episode did even a quarter of that, I would be still super happy. But with that said, my name is Honix, and I will see you next time.